the weather out there, man?
It's wonderful, man. It's like 75 and sunny. What do you expect? That's what you pay for, right?
It's going to be 75 and sunny here in San Antonio tomorrow
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
for one day.
One day. Yeah. That's okay. Thanks. Yeah, no, it's beautiful, man. I mean, there's a reason why people are willing to pay, 50% of their income to live in these places. It's not because it sucks, right?
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of suck, but it doesn't at the same time. So,
Yeah, totally.
how long are you out there for?
We came out yesterday and then we're leaving Sunday. So we're just here for 4 days, 3 days. We're going to, we got a little house we rented, and my mom and my sister both live out here. So we're just visiting them. We're going to go to that aquarium in Monterey tomorrow. Take my 3 boys that are 6, 5, and 3, which it's like, if you've ever seen Finding Dory, it's that's basically the aquarium there. It's pretty amazing. So should be kind of cool.
All right, who else do we have joining in? We got Mr. and Mrs. Buddy Stewart Wade.
Oh boy.
Can y'all hear us?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Barely hear y'all.
Is this better?
Oh, so that's bad. Right. And so
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. We'll try to
We got Bird reporting on what's going on with the commies in California right now.
I heard one of his kids already got yelled at.
There's a lot of rules here, guys. A lot of rules.
A lot of rules.
I heard you were about to get thrown off the plane for being a terrorist.
Dude, that was fucking wild, man. That bitch went crazy on me. It was insane. Like, the funny thing is like, I could see losing your temper if your kid's sitting there just pounding on your chair. Like, that would probably get annoying. Like, he's 6 years old, so of course he's like going to be a little bit annoying, like kicking and dropping his tray table and putting it back up and stuff. But it wasn't that bad. And this freaking woman was just being nuts. Absolute batshit.
It's hot dog.
Oh, so we have our first call into the number today. Hot Dog Oil checking in live from the great state of Michigan. Maybe not the great state of Michigan, but the mediocre state of Michigan.
Oh man, Michigan's the best, dude. I love Michigan. Love that fucking state.
You there, hot dog?
I think he's also at the bar, so he may be on mute or something.
We're hashing, dude. We got it running.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Where are we at? Like six and a quarter?
What up?
6 and a quarter.
5.95.
Do you want to call in?
30 more machines to hook up.
We'll see if it works.
Around 8.
The first one, it didn't really come through, but
what do we need to do to get him hooked up?
When I hear that,
we're still figuring it out.
Just went through there.
the headset.
No, we're live right now. We're doing it live.
That's
So I'm gonna try and patch you in, and we'll see if it works.
I have mine.
All right, Tui on the phone. At Lane Mannery.
Hey, is it working?
Yeah, man.
What's everybody drinking?
Live.
Is that cool?
You're talking to Bird and then Bird's office right now.
Oh, good. Can we talk about the weather a little bit down here?
We've got
The go-to.
Matt Tui checking in with the San Antonio weather report.
Did Adam come in?
Or the
Scooter?
office is right on the boundary line
No,
right
he
now.
hasn't, but the
Southwest
geologist is
and
coming.
Southwest. It's pretty
Yeah.
remarkable from here. I'm sure you boys can probably see something from there as well.
I mean, the clouds looked pretty nice as I was driving over here to Layman Life HQ.
What are you guys talking about? Otherwise, is there any topics that I could maybe lend some thought on? Or
I'd really like to discuss the, movement towards banning fossil fuels, which has created, possibly what looks like it may be the greatest time to be in fossil fuels ever.
Yeah, I mean, idiocracy defined, right? I think that it's a pretty important topic right now, and the idiots that are anti-oil and gas probably don't realize how much they depend on it. So it's just a matter of how long does the grift go along, the green grift, and I don't know how much or how long it can continue on its course until the world quits pumping it with money.
Yeah, I saw a good stat the other day. It was that if we want to hit,
You guys get feedback, or did I just keep talking?
No, can you? So, Bert was trying to chime in. Can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, okay. So see, we're still figuring this out on the fly. Like he could hear everything you said, but
yeah, I could hear you.
Can you still not hear him, Tui?
Interesting. Huh. I wonder why. It's weird that I can hear him, but he can't hear me.
it's probably due to the soundboard that we don't fully understand yet.
Sounds about right.
The phone lines are blowing up, but I think it's just Hot Dog.
Okay, good.
In.
I'll hang up and listen.
Just charge them a bill.
Yeah, we'll put it on the geology thing, boys.
You want me to send you the
Okay,
ones?
so
Okay, let's see.
I don't know, man. What do you want to talk about today?
Is that Hot Dog?
No, that's Jake talking to Hot Dog, I think.
Oh, gotcha.
Why is he
Yeah,
not
the
buying Bitcoin at this point with all the little?
Hot Dog?
Yeah, it looks like he's got a little gas up there.
He's printing that cash, selling it, dude. Getting all that.
Well, what's the flare
550
that
cats.
what's the flare that I see? Is that just off his battery or off his tanks?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Yeah, he's got
No,
like
but the stat I was saying, I thought it was pretty interesting, was that if we want to hit all these like 2030 goals that everybody's like touting, right? Like you would have to build 35 times the amount of wind generation capacity that we've built like all the way up through today. You'd have to build 35 times that every year from now through 2030 to even hit the goals, like on what the EIA and everybody keeps talking about. Kind of hilarious. Thought that was a pretty funny one.
They're really in trouble when they realize they got to spend all this oil to get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you guys don't have a real good plan in place to 35x the capacity of wind generation that you can make every year compared to what you've done in the history of humankind, then you're probably in trouble, guys. Probably not going to happen in the next 8 years.
it's just about votes, man. Just need to stay in power.
Yeah, I think that's what I figured out. It's like whatever the formula.
Lost him.
Did we lose Bird? Or
Lost him.
Scott, how was a day in the life of a Bitcoin pumper?
Today, great, glorious, awesome.
Past last 30 days.
Last 30 days, fuck no, terrible.
I mean, 60K Bitcoin, things got to be.
Oh, it's beautiful. We just generators, man. They're a real pain in the ass, but got one fixed. Turned it on just as Bitcoin's going to the moon, so we're good now.
And you got the big bad cat in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we've got some better generators coming, so it's just a learning curve, you know. Kind of like this talk show, same deal.
Y'all don't have sour gas that you're dealing with, do you?
Correct. It's all sweet, 1,000 BTU pipeline spec. It basically, they add a little mercaptan and put it into homes in Tulsa. So it's perfect gas, really.
Yeah, down here in the Eagleford, everything that we have is too sour to really be able to use that. But I mean, there are mitigation methods you can use. It's just whether you're gonna fuck yourself on your economics or not.
Yep.
Some aiming and a Waukesha will take care of that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some generators that don't mind a little bit of it, but are motor wise. But yeah, you do an aiming plan, or you can do some towers or some H2S chemical stuff, contact chemical stuff that'll take it way down. But yeah, it's still economics. But $60,000 coin, you can pretty much do whatever you want then.
What's up?
We got Jake over here screening all the calls on the Google Voice. We can't tell who the fuck's calling in.
Nice. It's
Okay.
just
So, what do you want to talk about? And then I'll plug you in. What-
they probably can't hardly hear you. So anyways.
What's going on, man? Can you hear us?
I can sure hear y'all. I know y'all are trying mightily to make it happen, and I give it the old college try. But just like the Aggies, I think you will win. So.
Oh God. Oh God.
I think
As long as VRV didn't get eaten up by the West Coast elites over there, that could be why y'all lost the connection. The hippies got them. They're roasting it right now on an open electric fire if they have any electricity.
so. I think we finally just got the YouTube working. I don't know why that thing's always on a delay.
Yeah.
So one of the links actually puts you to one of the older videos, the one that you originally posted, and then when you go into, I guess,
The profile for
something
YouTube.
else that y'all had posted, the profile for YouTube, you could find the one that was actually live. That's what it was. Yeah. So, and then we had saw on my buddy's computer, we actually could see the Facebook was actually working at the beginning, and I was just looking at everything. You know me, kind of tech savvy, interested.
Well, yeah, the Facebook always seems to go like as soon as you hit go live, but YouTube is
What, last week the Facebook and the YouTube were down. What the fuck was up with that, guys?
Hey, look, that's why you go with multiple streams. So there's always one that's going to be capturing awesome conversation.
I mean, that was really more a question for Scott, but
I don't think he's paying attention.
I was trying to help him.
No idea. No idea.
He doesn't want to talk about that.
Yeah, we can. Let's recap that because
So, hey, the one thing I noticed, though, it looks like De La Rosa's already got the cold weather. He's got the hoodies on. Are y'all already got the hoodies on? And the middle of Texas yet or no?
I mean,
fuck no, dude.
Anything. I feel like anything below 80 in San Antonio, yeah, you can throw like a vest on at least.
I'm saying it's going to be hoodie weather here in Houston. They're telling us to get our hoodies out for the Astros game tonight.
Well, that's what
tomorrow. So
that's what Tui just called in to say. He said the front is coming. The cooler weather.
Okay, 90s. Can you hear Scott talking?
Can you hear me?
I can hear him and you, and that's it right now. I can hear two people talking.
So yeah,
Scott,
if y'all want to go
can you
over what
recap
happened?
last week real quick?
Yeah. So Friday.
I can't hear
Friday.
Now I can hear him on the YouTube before I made this call in.
So yeah, so we have a trucking company, and we're trying to.
But I'll say we don't have some airtime open. The reason I called in.
Sorry, Scott. The callers can't hear you guys over there.
Okay, flip a switch.
You want me to keep going? I was going to.
Yeah, no, you go.
Yep.
I know that Hot Dog up there is getting excited about this oil price. Sankey gave us a big shout out tonight. He's putting something together real good for the roll call. And I can tell you on the Gulf Coast, on the third coast, we are killing it refining this stuff. So keep sending it. Keep pumping it. We need every bit of natural gas to boil it and the oil to boil, and we'll make it happen. So margins have, of course, gone up a little bit more, especially on the RBOB and stuff. If you pull some of those numbers, you'll all get excited. I'm excited to see what Exxon and the rest of them actually come up with as far as their earnings this year or this quarter, because it's getting, they're really raising rates now. So this is getting exciting.
I mean, it definitely is starting to feel like some boom energy a little bit. You know, people are getting excited.
Yeah.
Well, I know I had said something in, I think somebody had asked the question about when are people going to spend money to drill and stuff. I don't think any of the majors are really going to drill big. I think it's going to be guys like y'all, guys like Hot Dog. They're going to go after some of these stripper wells or tie in some wells and bring some of that oil to market for a while until they can sustain above 80 for 6 to 9 months. They're just not going to spend the capex. And I don't even know if they're going to have it in their budgets for next year. So Sim has said maybe it'll take about 2 years. I think she might be right. I think it'll take them about 2 years to do the capex and do the budget, and accept that, you know, these prices are going to stay for a while, which will make the prices even go up higher. So it's exciting times, especially if you're a small, flexible independent. So
No, I mean, the energy is feeling good. I'm going out to West Texas next week, so I'm curious to see what the increase of highway traffic looks like.
I hate to say it too, but you know, there were some people that had some conversations surrounding ducts and stuff. What is it? Drilled but uncompleted.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at those numbers in a while. Have those numbers been soaked up yet? And that's done, or is that still got a big outstanding number out there? I wonder.
I haven't seen an update.
Is running like crazy.
Yeah, I haven't seen an update in a while, but I think earlier in the year, that's kind of what all the operators were doing. If they had ducts sitting there, they were just going in and completing them instead of spending drilling capital.
Yeah, well,
so I imagine that number has gone down.
Yeah, I would expect the number to go down because they're not having aggressive drilling programs. So, but whatever we can find these days, we'll boil, we'll make, and we'll put it in the market.
As long
and
as
I'm glad that y'all are doing.
As long as Joe Biden doesn't shut us down.
No, that'll just make the price go up higher. You're going to make more, even more excited. Come on now.
He's going to convince the Saudis and the Iranians to pump more.
Go Brandon. Go Brandon.
I said the other day too about the political risk. You know, I just don't think they were putting enough understanding of political risk, and we've lived through an age of not so much political risk, but at any time a little more political risk can come in and push that number up $5-7 quickly. Squeeze it way faster than people are ready for.
Hey, 90s. We keep missing calls. You got that Restream link? Hop on through there, and we're going to take another call real quick.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right. We have no idea who the fuck keeps calling in. We got Maurice on here, but I don't know if he can hear us or talk right now.
He's on the YouTube, the boob tubes. You want me to recap Friday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. So we have a trucking company. Basically, we had a truck we were trying to sell in West Texas. It was on a yard out by the road, keys under the seat, kind of a hidden deal. Had tons of people interested in it. Basically sent a guy by there to look at it, to buy it. Told me the truck wasn't there. So freak out mode. What do we do? Checked our insurance policy. It had lapsed. So we had an uninsured truck out there that was stolen. Full freak out mode. Went into how do we what? Oh, okay. Sorry, the wife is getting on to me for shaking my leg. Anyways, so yeah, basically we had a truck stolen that was uninsured, probably worth close to half the company's value, and probably never worked so hard in my life to be fraudulent, to try to figure out how to defraud an insurance company. went back, read through my texts, found where one of the guys that wanted to buy it basically wanted to come by and I guess look at it, maybe change the oil, and took the truck. And so we found the truck. It was all good. So by the end of the day, we were good, but we were exhausted. We were too exhausted to do a show. And I know Chris was too. He was stressed out. So that's kind of a recap.
So just for the record, you didn't actually do anything fraudulent.
No, we would never.
You just attempted multiple fraudulent activities.
How do we? Yeah, and then it wasn't going to work either way. But yeah, that's where all our energy went last Friday. So
That was the same law, same drama.
Same drama.
I was at lunch with Chris.
Oh, okay,
Called.
okay,
You're like,
okay. I didn't
911
know.
call, emergency.
Yeah. I told him to holler at me because we had a pretty big problem. So
I've got a buddy of mine, and his uncle's family has a place out near Meridian, Texas.
Okay.
You know, kind of northeast of us. And Chesapeake had a bunch of locations out there, and they don't own any minerals. And so they were getting paid, you know, surface damages and selling water and all this stuff. And, you know, Chesapeake, being Chesapeake, was extremely delinquent on a lot of those outstanding invoices. And they just kept saying, hey, man, you know, yeah, we're going to get you paid. You know, we can get you paid right now if you'll accept a little less. And he kept saying, no, we got a contract. So you go ahead and you just pay me what you owe me. So then after a couple of months of dealing with this, Christmas was coming up. And the Chesapeake guys had all their equipment out on his property. And so my buddy's uncle went to these guys and said, hey, you know, Christmas is coming up, and I know y'all aren't going to work Christmas through New Year's. So I don't know where you have to drive your equipment back to, but I've got a, you know, yard on the property. And if y'all want to store your equipment there, I'd be more than happy to let y'all, you know, leave your equipment there. And we got a lock and everything, barbed wire on the fence and all that. And they said, oh man, that'd be great, you know. So they parked all their equipment there. He went and called the sheriff and had a lien slapped on all their equipment while they were gone. Changed the lock on the yard, and they came back and he said, you can either pay me what you owe me or you can pay me what your equipment's worth.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I mean that's one way of getting your money back, right?
That's a savvy move.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do to Chesapeake, though, or what you used to have to do. I mean,
unfortunately, you know.
Oh yeah, I used to have a service company. I worked for them for 4 or 5 years in the Haynesville, and started a roustabout company, and it was kind of a similar deal. They put you on 90-day pay. They late paid, said you overcharged XYZ, did all kinds of strange things to you, but they would let you factor. So I don't know if you guys know much about factoring, but they'd let you factor. So you basically send your invoices into a company, and then they'll wait the 90 days, but they'll take 5 or 10% of the invoice ticket as their fee, kind of like a payday loan. But what you can do, or what people did, at least to Chesapeake, is you just tack that much more onto your ticket and you cover it yourself. They were writing checks left and right. It was kind of an open checkbook when we were doing it. So you would just factor, get your full amount, overcharge them a little bit for whatever the factoring fee was. And I think they were like, at one time, Chesapeake was good for it. So they were probably 2.5%, maybe 5% on the factoring. And then they got up to almost 30%, and then nobody would factor their invoices right there at the end.
They blew up a little too fast.
A little too quick. Yes, sir.
So we got 90s and BRV on now. Can y'all hear us?
Yep. Boar's on. There's Boar.
Can y'all hear us?
I can hear y'all.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't know. Is Boar in here?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear y'all.
There he is.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Is Boar
There's
on
the
the beach
madman himself.
somewhere? Where's he at? You beaching? You poolside? Where you at?
No,
I
I'm
think
at
he's Nurse
home.
Boar right now.
I'm Nurse Boar. The family's got the COVID.
Oh, Coronarita.
Everybody's good. Everybody's good though.
Good.
Scott, what are you guys drinking up there in Tulsa today?
It's all Miller Lite, and then the wife is drinking Will and Willie, whatever that is. self.
I want to know what
whatever's in the
I want to
office
know what
fridge.
Board's going to be drinking to get the COVID gone. What's the prescription for tonight?
Fuck, that's Everclear, bro.
It's the magic elixir martinis. Is what I'm gonna get into here in just a little bit.
Extra dirty with a dose of ivermectin.
I'll take an ivermectin martini.
There you go.
Shaken, not stirred.
There you go. So I don't know if Board knows this yet. He comes to our office quite often, but we had a wallpaper put up in our office of the Canadian well. So you see downtown Oklahoma City when you walk in our office now. It's kind of strange.
Is that the
All the
Ferris
future
wheel
drilling
wells?
locations.
Yeah, we're gonna go stake some wells. Obviously, have to be verticals. We can't go sideways or directional. So we really got to screw up the neighborhood a little bit.
Yeah, we're working on the permitting right now.
Looks good. I love it.
So I know oil's back, but is the cube back yet? Because that's when we're really fucking blowing.
Is there enough pipe in this country to make a cube?
That's
is
a good
the next question.
Probably not. Maybe we should
but
call more.
we should see if more would jump in.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm
the
gonna send him a
limiting
message.
the limiting factor is the fact that you couldn't get enough steel pipe right now.
I mean, it has to be. You can't even buy a fucking Kimray valve right now without waiting 4 to 6 weeks, let alone casing.
Yeah, it's going to be. I don't think people realize it yet, but it's going to be interesting to watch the supply crunch kind of actually hit everything. We were talking to a guy last night, and the comment was, "Is the economy just going to like grind to a standstill because nobody can get anything?"
Does anybody know the price of casing right now?
Yeah.
What
We
is
bought
it?
a bunch for $775 a couple of months ago.
What size?
5.5, 20 pound.
20 pound. Damn.
I don't think you can find anything like that. That's the reason we spent all the money to get it.
Yeah. So lock it down.
But the last I was offered some 4.5, 13.5 pound for $10 a foot used.
Good God.
And so you really can't even use that in a shallow well. It's so heavy walled.
You know, I've got a strange question. Hot Dog was posting some of those refrigerant units and some different pieces of equipment. How hard is it to get those skids together? Is that something that's just non-existent right now in the supply chain? Say if you wanted to get some refrigerant or, you know what I'm saying, one of those skid units. I'm just interested in that stuff.
For his stuff, I would guess that stuff's laying around everywhere, just small volume kind of units. They're everywhere. It's kind of like our stuff up here in Oklahoma, eastern Oklahoma. There's tons of small screw compressors. All that stuff's just laying around. Nobody used it for years because pricing wasn't right. So that kind of stuff's probably readily available, used. Maybe they're waiting on a piece here and there to fix it up, but that kind of stuff's just laying around. They call it on the fence. So there's plenty of that. It would be the bigger new manufactured large refrigeration plants or large compressors or new casing for these wells. That's kind of the crunch.
And is there a really good differential when y'all knock out the condensate, the NGLs, I guess? Is that what it is? NLGs or NGLs?
NGLs, yeah.
NGLs.
Yeah, you get it. If you have propane, you're killing it right now. Propane costs are retarded.
10-4, that's what I was kind of curious about. I just was curious if people are going to stick those on there because I know we're talking about Bitcoin mining and different things like that, and I don't even know what those compressors or those generators, if they can use just straight gas or you have to use those knockout skids and then you put it on the generator. I guess is my curiosity.
Yeah, it just depends on your gas quality, your BTU content, your C chains, what's in your gas. Ours is dry gas, 1,000 BTU. People have wet gas. Our geologist just installed one on a field that never sold any gas, and it's pretty wet, 1,200, 1,300 BTU. And all he did was put a little small separator in it, plumb it in right with the right regulators to knock the fluid out, and it stays running. So it's not overly complicated, but you just got to understand your gas.
Yeah, each one's a little different. So it just You kind of got to look at the gas composition. As long as it's not sour, you've got a chance of doing it fairly affordably.
Yep.
Then I guess that's an interesting question. Would you rather hit a wet gas well or a dry gas well these days?
I'll take it all right now. I'll take a Haynesville well. Yeah.
I think you can strip the liquids off. If you get a wet gas well, you just strip the liquids off and sell it and use the dry to mine the Bitcoin.
Yep. Sell the liquids. That's it. That's it.
Double up the makeup. I like it.
Yep.
The real question is gas high enough to put a rig out in Alpine High right now?
Yes.
Why
Drill.
did I know you would ask that?
Drill, baby, drill. Two ex Apaches here. Hey, I actually have that little plaque. I don't know if you've got it there.
I saw that in your office picture, and I wanted.
Yeah.
I guess did the wife gave that to you to display?
Yeah. So we're basically going to build a wall of shame in our office. We're going to have some Roan resources, some Enron shit, that Apache deal. We're going to have BHP hat that I have, which I'll bring on the talk show here in a minute. Yeah, we're going to
private.
Right. Anybody who's just this fucking, everybody rails on them in EFT, we're going to have a whole wall of shame. It's going to be glorious.
I've got mine still. It's in my box somewhere, but it will emerge and get onto an office shelf at some point.
I mean, when they call that oil, it's like drip gas. I'm surprised it hasn't just evaporated out of the little plaque they gave you.
They actually went to the pilot and got
just
gasoline.
got fucking motor oil and stuck it in there. I mean, that is hilarious. But I guarantee you, Apache. Well, y'all would probably know. Are they drilling? Do they have rigs?
No.
I
mean, if you go look at the Reeves County filings, they've released a ton of that acreage.
Yeah, it's up.
But I did see in one of their presentations, one of their investor presentations, that prices are so good that they talked about adding another rig and said it might go to Alpine High.
Oh dear God!
Is the
What was their
infrastructure
best
there?
well?
They ended up. Sorry.
No, you're.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask. I thought the infrastructure, they never finished their build out. So.
Oh no, they finished it. There's a lot of empty pipe in the ground over there.
Does anyone know what their best well was? Like how much gas it's made so far?
Off the top of my head, I think they had a couple that, got in around like 10, 20 million a day gas. But the problem is they brought those in and, gas was like, $1 and it went negative at Waha for like.
Water was worth more.
Right.
But I mean, as far as the cume, like, were there any 3 or 4 or 5 BCF wells?
Oh, I doubt it.
I mean, I haven't looked. Just because it's such a joke ass play. I worked Reeves County forever, but north of there, obviously, where things are different. But I'm just curious, like what their prize well may be.
I mean, they had one section that they drilled, they put a bunch of wells in the section, and I think that was good, or not even good, but I think it was fine. And
right.
But it just, they would tell you that it was all the gas prices' fault.
The best part of the whole deal was when they were telling you guys like, oh, we're just going after the gas window right now. There's a lot of stack pay oil stuff up hole. But gas is $1, oil's $60, and you're going to go secure the leases by punching in the gas down low. Like, sure, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
It's like George Carlin said, it's all bullshit and it's all bad for you.
That's it. That's it. Stupid.
All right, I think we're gonna bring Hot Dog in here, and he can give us update from the Great White North. Hot Dog, what's going on up in Michigan?
Can you guys hear me, first of all?
Yes.
Perfect. The Great White North is doing well. I think we're all happy at 80 plus and close to $6 per MCF. So we're doing just fine. I think one thing that everyone's kind of worried about is getting into those winter seasons. our assets change where a lot of that gas turns to condensate. So our crude will increase, but our gas will then decrease based off of that temperature change. So we're a little not concerned, but aware of that. So that's where we're at.
So
What?
90s had a question about some of your processing infrastructure, and
Yeah.
so I think he might have to ask it again because you can answer better than all of us.
Well, I got two things. One thing, Matt is correct. The weather just hit Houston. Number two, the question was on the refrigerant section. If that equipment is just laying around, or do you have to actually go find those skids these days because they're not readily available?
Do I have to what? Say that again.
Do you have to go and like purchase that equipment new, or is that equipment sitting around in somebody's field? Those refrigerant sections, that extra equipment for knockout for condensates and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that stuff easily found these days up north, or is it something that you're having to get from down south or buy new?
That was bought in 2015 for $300,000 in Louisiana. So no, that's not. It's not. Even if gas prices were even higher than $6, that will never come out of the state of Michigan. Our refrigerator. I mean that took 3 trucks just to get down here. I will say I caught a little bit of a tail end. I was drinking a beer at a restaurant, and I caught a little bit of a tail end on the compressor side. We have two really. I mean, we have 2 really big compressor shops up here. 90s. It's Correct Compression. I think natural gas is the other one. Natural gas compression. And these guys, they got turbos and their compressors. These are brand new skids that they're sending out to West Texas. So we got stuff up here that is being shipped out nationwide. But that refrigeration plant, no way. I would have to get that outside of the state.
So that's a big deal. Then I guess in Michigan is y'all have the compressors, but y'all just don't have that skid system, is what you're saying? That's easily found in the area. So you're bringing it from the south up north again.
Well, the skid system on the compressor side, we can do all day long. And I'm not trying to put myself out here, but that refrigeration system that we have, that's a pretty rare deal. I mean, there's a lot of companies around us that will have JT skids, right? A little bit easier to kind of manipulate or look at. But that refrigeration we have there is, I mean, that one we have there, and we have another one at a different plant. The one at the other plant can do 100,000 gallons of NGLs a month. So they're big ass, refrigeration kind of units. They're not anything to mess around with. I would say on the skid side, anything that I need on a compressor that needs to go on a skid can absolutely be done in the state. Refrigeration wise, I'm sure it can be done as well. I haven't dipped my toe into it, I guess, yet because we have that.
But was that refrigeration unit, was it something they had or you had it built?
They had it for a year, didn't have use for it, and we bought it from them. It was brand new.
Okay, I got you.
So we just sit it out there in a field, and the first question I ask myself is, why is this thing in a field and not covered up? And to be honest, it's just a refrigeration unit like that with a pretty reliable engine and everything like that. It will be fine. But yeah, we had that. We bought it about a year. I forget what parish they went down to get it, but yeah, they only had it for about a year. I think we bought it for $350 or $300,000.
So a little different subject, but I've been told this. I've just never seen it because it's never gotten cold enough where I'm at. I've been told it gets cold enough if you monitor your pumping unit strokes. When it gets way down, maybe say 0 or below, you actually lose pumping speed because the gear oil is so thick that it actually runs slower. Have you seen that?
I've seen it to the point where it's I've seen it to the point where if we're greasing the the packing, right? If we're greasing the packing in there, I'll see that get kind of heavy, kind of sticky, right? Kind of it loses its own lubrication.
Right.
And to be honest, it's kind of like when we have a lot of rain or moisture or bad storms. It's not worth to run it. When things come in at -10 or -20, and that's not all the time up here. But those days do happen, and when they do happen, you just adjust for it. I think my biggest concern is not the pump jacks so much because they can do their own deal. It's the crew that's inside the tanks. I know Colin Moody has a circulating pump. We have one for our wells, but we don't have it for every single well. So that BSW ratio, that ratio that every tanker will look at, the tank you're crewed away, if it's not for us, it's 0.05 or less. If it's not below that, or if it's above that, you're out. They'll reject it. And that rejection usually comes in the winter if you're not heating your shit right. That's my biggest concern.
Well, you just got to buy the oil hauler some more beer or pizza or something. You got to butter him up, man.
Well, the problem is that this is recorded, but I will say we did have I do remember early in my career, I'll put it that way, I have seen somebody take 70 barrels of oil in a tank, but that's just that's the game we play. But overall, is 90 still on or no?
He's there.
Yeah, I'm here. You're starting to talk like a refiner almost with the temperature, the BS and W. Clearly your spec changes because of the weather, and that's something we fight on the Gulf Coast because we're so used to, 80 or 70 degrees, and then when we hit like what we did last February, it just changes the game for us because we just can't move stuff.
We
just don't have the heating coils.
Right, we have to almost think like a refinery because the refinery is what takes the shit. They have to, we have very stringent. It used to be 0.2, now it's 0.05, so it's very tight, and they want that that water level down. But it's something that we have to deal with. You hot oil it, and you're done with it. But
and I can give you the reason for it. I don't know if anyone's ever told you, but our specs have gotten tighter due to emissions. So you want less water and less material getting to your desalters that you have to put out to waste, right? Because you have to pay for all that sediment or those salts or that water, that liquid, so to be disposed of. You just can't just pour it away now. So it's a big deal where that's why they continue to make that spec tighter, because the cost of the oil, they were better able to calculate the impact cost of having to buy your oil. So they pulled that spec in and said, okay, now we know, give us your price at this. So it's all spreadsheets and evaluations these days.
Yep. Well, we're moving along up here, and we should be close to our monthly output. We have a pretty good deduct, and we're selling gas, so that's the deal. You guys should get plug in Andy or Colin. They'll drop some knowledge on you.
Before Hot Dog goes, the only picture I want to see when it does snow, I want to see somebody pumping wells on a snowmobile. Like that.
Pumping on a, you know what? Well, pumping on a snowmobile.
There we go.
Trying to think, we could even get it a little spicier than that. Well, let me think about it. We can definitely do the snowmobile is no problem. That that's like that's asking for a beer. That's easy. We can do that, but we'll figure it out. So all right, it's
formally ask for a beer.
Yeah, it's Hot Dog out, and I'll keep listening.
All right, see you guys. Man. Who do we got on here?
We got somebody called Toby Rice, who I think was trying to tell us that he was the bot father, but I'm not sure who he is.
They called into the number.
Okay.
I couldn't really understand what they were saying, and so we told them we'd send them the Restream line.
They wanted to talk to Bird about his car warranty.
Sir, we've been trying to reach you.
Just a quick Bitcoin update. It is up to $62,000.
Let's fucking
having a great day.
I love it.
Fucking rip, baby. Rip it.
The hash rate's up. Bor, I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you got the app, but I got the second generator running, dude. We're good.
Oh, you did? No, that makes me horny.
Good. Yes, sir.
You guys don't mind if I have an orgasm right here in the show, do you?
No, this would be very Howard Stern of you. Please set on the speaker.
You're going to have to turn on video, please.
Set on the speaker and I'll hum.
Does that cost extra for the video? I mean, some of us are voyeurs.
The video has to be zoomed in on like just your eyes. Your vinegar strokes.
What do you think? You think a Borgasm wheel to it, like squeal like a
Oh
pig?
my god, the orgasm.
Oh god, that's the new thing, the Borgasm.
That's a meme. I'm gonna make that one tonight.
Orgasm. Oh man. So is anybody hunting? Any of you guys ready to shoot a deer? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go probably a week or two before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Up to the girlfriend's family ranch out near Junction.
Is that where you just like feed them with your hands and then strangle them?
I mean, basically, like I went last year for the first time, and they've got feeders, set up all through the ranch. And it's like the deer all know that 7 a.m. those feeders go off and they start wandering through. So I think I was out of the blind by like 7:30 a.m. last year.
You don't want to scare the deer and spoil the meat, so you have to like rub its head before you
right
slit its throat.
Yeah. That's actually the only way to hunt. You have to actually slit their throat or throw a spear at it or something. Otherwise, hunting.
Well, no, like if you throw a spear at it, like you got to go all the way through because pulling a spear out, you're going to damage the meat. You gotta have it, clean.
Who was the NFL player that
speared somebody?
Oh no, I've seen a guy. Moore's right. There's an NFL player that spear hunted, like stuck him in the stand like a bow, but just with a spear. It's pretty nuts.
The one that I saw
told me that
he threw it down like direct.
An African child who speared a deer out at the ranch.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was on drugs.
That's so fucking
Are
awesome.
you gonna get a deer hunt in this year?
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. We bought 65 acres south of town, like Old Mulgee area.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I got a deer stand set up there, and then the boss man, his father-in-law, has a section of land around Coffeyville, South Coffeyville, still Oklahoma. We're gonna go shoot one up there, but that's the Cush hunt. I meant the fucking woods are mowed. You could play golf on this deer lease. Is how it's set up. There's a video. All right. Nice.
Is that showing the hat? Did I have it right?
It's the hat. I see it. Got the rocky top.
Once it hits your lips.
Mm.
So, BRV, is he logged in right now?
I don't know if he's listening or not. He was on earlier, and then I think the California government heard what he was talking about, and they shut him off. We lost him, or the wife. Maybe the wife shut him down. Who knows?
Maybe he got tackled by a California police officer, and they stuck him with the vaccine.
I think that's it. That's it. He walked out of Walgreens with more than $1,000 worth of stuff, so they tackled him.
My sister-in-law lives in San Francisco, and she was like, I texted her. I was like, so let me get this right. I can come to your state, and I can fucking like steal whatever I want to from a Walgreens under $950, but some poor immigrant Hispanic guy who's just trying to runs a gas blower, and you're going to tackle him in the street and arrest his ass, right? I was like, does that seem very, and she's pretty liberal. I was like, who's the goddamn racist now? and she just didn't have anything to say. She was just like, yeah, for once I agree with you. This is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, if I see one more California tag driving around town, I'm just inclined to pull them over and stop them and just talk to them about their political beliefs. Just make sure they vote red. I'm just getting real nervous here.
I keep getting behind like Oklahoma people. Why are y'all coming down to Texas?
It's because the Oklahoma people are actually the people that make the Texas oil fields work.
Damn. Shots fired.
Oh, shots fucking fired.
Fuck. You need them Okie hands.
I think they're a bunch of snowbirds. They're coming out here for the warm weather.
You know, that is actually a good point. When I was out in the field, all the consultants were Okies and all the rig hands were illegals. There wasn't a single Texan.
I know that's what I'm saying. Every like good field guy you run into, they're like, "Oh, I'm from Oklahoma." It's like,
yeah, the only Texans I saw were ones bitching about groundwater on their ranch.
Shots fired.
Behind every Texas oil man, there's an Oklahoma landman.
There you go.
Ooh.
Scott, you keep talking like that, you're gonna get your box stuffed.
Something's gonna happen. I know. I can't wait.
God, this is the most sensual podcast.
I almost got a jellyfish tattoo the other day, and I thought, well, I better not.
How many beers have you had?
I've killed about 5.
That was an awesome photo of that Miller Lite earlier. Props.
Oh, it's good. It's great to work at the shop we work at. Probably similar to you guys. Looks like y'all drink at the office too.
I mean, yeah, this is more of just
calling this an actual office is really generous.
We're not quite as corporate as those digital wildcatter guys.
Ooh. Just firing shots left and right.
We're gonna get in trouble for today's episode between the Alpine High talk and
gonna get a little
stuffing boxes.
Chuck's gonna be calling tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Somebody's getting a lawsuit.
Someone's getting slapped. That's fine. Bring it on. Howard Stern got sued every day. That's
You know who we really need? You know who we really need on this podcast? I mean, or what is this? A
call-in
stream?
show, not a podcast.
Talk show.
Call-in show. We really need Art Berman on here.
I don't think that Art Berman would ever be able to navigate the technical hurdles you have to jump through to get on this fucking.
I want to meet Art Berman. I want to know who the hell's Art Berman. That's what I want to know. That's some hilarious shit today.
Okay, we got Toby Rice trying to join for the 4th time now.
But
all right, Toby, sell me the goddamn car warranty. Hurry the fuck up. Come on, dude.
All right, Toby, you got to adjust your input and output settings so that we can hear you, because nobody can hear anything. And if you really want to sell BRV his car warranty, you need to speak up. Nothing.
They called in complaining. I guess people were bitching about EQT on Twitter today. So that's why Toby Rice is calling into the show.
How awesome would that be if it really was Toby Rice and he literally just can't figure out how to turn on his audio settings? He's sitting there yelling at his secretary.
What were people?
I think, what was it? I saw that they lost a bunch of money on closing out their hedge book or something.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck yeah. Can't fucking win for losing.
Hedged at $2 gas or something.
Did y'all see that big ass lawsuit that I don't know if Rice is on the ass end of it, but EQT and it was Rice first. But what happened is basically they have the Point Pleasant formation was a distinct and separate formation according to the Ohio DNR, and all these companies that had this like language in their lease that basically said, you got to release below 100 feet, below the deepest formation penetrated. Well, people who went deeper down into the Point Pleasant, they all called it the Utica. And so they have all these trespass claims, and it's about to catch fire. I think it's going to be a $2 or $3 billion problem. The first guy who did it, he only had 300 acres, and he got $46 million on it.
Damn.
I mean, it's an appeal and shit, but they're getting their asses handed to them.
Wonder how many Chesapeake wells are dipped into that. That's what they like to do.
I don't know,
too.
but it makes me wet thinking about it, and I can tell you that it's also like.
We're losing.
When
fuck, I'm gonna go get.
When Boar goes out to the pool, the signal goes dead.
It's when he gets moist is what happens. He starts losing his signal. He started getting moist.
Is that me? And me? Am I?
The Borgasm
yeah,
juice
it looks like
interferes
your
with the Wi-Fi.
connection's kind of dropping a little bit.
God damn it. get off my
And it was
Wi-Fi.
the good part. And it was the good part when you were starting to get moist in them. You were getting maximum boner.
You were getting close to orgasming about the Ohio lawsuits.
We got Parker Tankus joining us now.
All
Can you
right.
hear us?
Parker, what's up?
You gotta adjust your input settings.
Yeah.
For audio.
You know, I feel like we at least, even though we haven't gotten the call in,
The call-in kind of worked.
Kind of
Pseudo
halfway
worked. You know, Art Berman could probably call the phone number, and
You
we'd
could
be able to
maybe
make fun
manage
of him.
that.
He just wouldn't be able to hear y'all making fun of him,
Right.
which actually might work better.
It'll be good.
There's no fucking way he's going to tune into
At,
YouTube and listen to what y'all are saying about him.
At $80 WTI and $5 gas, how crazy is NAPE going to be in February?
Well, it's going to be $180
That's true.
and $16 gas for NAPE, and it's going to be like full
We may
on,
just be at the strip club the entire time.
full
That's
on,
right,
like
yeah.
just blowing lines off the stripper's ass on stage.
Oh,
That's what I like. I might actually have to attend that event.
We could do the stand down live from Treasures in Houston.
Ah, you give the business card out.
Chuck would probably be done for that.
Nice.
The most annoying people you meet.
You give them the cards. I love it. So we should do our own crawfish boil.
we should.
Should just do like a landman live
back.
crawfish.
We should do like a land shark cook-off.
There we go.
See, the
Land
problem
shark.
is we don't know anybody that has a big mansion that they'd let us use for free.
Why do we need a mansion? Why don't we just
We'll just go to someone's
to
house that's got
our
that's
65 acres
Yeah.
and put up
Yeah.
some tents
I'm
and some
talking more
parties?
about like a pasture party, and I've got like a big party tent.
there. That's all we need.
Can we?
Hey, we got the land, you got the
parking lot,
tent, we
that's
got
not
it.
the office blocked off for the day.
Sure.
And you have to show your W-2 to get in.
Crazy.
Fuck yeah. Can y'all hear me? God damn
Yeah.
it.
Everybody
Yes.
on EFT.
Yep. Yep. I like the guy. I mean, I've met him a couple times. He seems like a nice guy, but the comment he made about that just kind of went all over me a little bit.
All right. Well, apparently Nancy Pelosi is trying to join the chat. I'm guessing that's probably BRV or somebody who's making fun of BRV.
All right. What's up, Nancy?
Speaker Pelosi, can
you give us some stock tips? We need some tips on what to buy.
Or who's your plastic surgeon?
Well, that's good.
That got her off real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's kind of like babysitters. You don't share plastic surgeons.
Nancy Pelosi's on. It's big time now. We're big time.
Nancy from California, can we hear you?
Hello.
Speaker Pelosi.
I feel like we can't hear anybody now. Is the Landman group still there?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear 90s.
Did y'all lose us? Okay.
I can't hear
I was gonna tell y'all,
the Landman and see.
90s has got about 5 acres around the ship channel area. The tent, we may have to set something up.
Let's do it. I'll cook some crawfish. I know how to do it. I'll hook it up, buddy.
Hey, all we got to do is have some porta potties, a place to wash your hands, and I got plenty of room for crawfish in the park. Woo! We'll have a good time.
Let's do it.
I mean, I feel like we could probably get a sponsorship from a porta potty company and, like a wastewater disposal company.
Yep. Aubrey McClendon just joined, and then there's Goldman.
Uh-oh. It's about to get real dangerous with GW in here.
Is he drinking wine?
Has he met Hot Dog yet?
GW, talk to us, buddy.
Check your audio input settings.
I'm telling you what, guys, this wind coming into Houston, this weather event has got some wind. It's like a dust storm out here right now around the ship channel. Woo!
It's called a haboob. That's what they call it in West Texas, a haboob.
Or is it the? I mean, Houston and San Antonio get the African dust storms that blow across the ocean.
You can't say that anymore.
Yeah, but-
Those phrases.
The Saharan, is it the Saharan dust?
Yeah, you got to say it correctly. But no, this is coming in from the north, so it's some Oklahoma, probably, I guess, or something. They're dirtying up my city.
I think you're just feeling the wrath of the Borgasm.
Apparently, Pink Petra.
It made it all the way down to.
So, Pink Petra. Oh wow, here we go.
So if you want to get on Restream, you got to check your audio input settings because they're a little finicky sometimes.
I'm pretty sure WTX can figure this out.
I hope so. We got WTX calling in from West Texas, actually working, actually doing shit.
Let's hear what he's
got like that.
That's right.
Most likely.
Can we hear him?
We cannot.
One of these days we will.
Pink Petra said, "Is this working?"
No.
Can't hear you.
Check the audio settings.
I do admit that. Good.
Y'all are gonna have to send out like a little how to do this form, little like PowerPoint.
You know, I put together step-by-step instructions that were promptly discarded.
Pink Petra said, "Is this AOL?" It's dialing up. Just give it a minute.
Can y'all hear me at all?
We got you.
Good.
All right. I'm on my computer this time. I try to do it from my phone. It doesn't work very well.
There we go.
I've FaceTime called you from your patio, and it does not work. Trust me.
God damn it. I need to get a
One
repeater.
of these days we'll have a flawlessly
Hey
executed.
man, at $120 oil, I'm gonna send you a new router, bro.
I got like the you know, with the station, the Orbi and shit, and it's still not. I don't know what's going on.
You have to. So for the people that are on that can't figure out how to talk, go over to your settings and check what your audio input is, because sometimes
Because default is not always going to actually work.
Do we need to call the IT department? It's like
We are the IT department, and,
I know, but
we're getting hammered over here. Oh shit!
Colin knows how to work technology.
Is Colin in? Let's hear.
Colin usually wears earbuds too.
Yep, absolutely.
Moody,
Dialed
Moody, we need a Rockies update. How's the
Yeah.
snow?
6 inches.
Where are the Bears?
6 inches hard and wet.
Yep, hard and wet, and there's more to come too. So just hold on, it's gonna get
That's
worse.
what she said.
That's what she said.
Are all the Bears hibernating in your neck of the woods?
Nope,
No.
too early. They go away like in December.
All right. So when are you going to start mining some Bitcoin up there?
That's a great question. I don't know. It's something that is obviously if you're not doing it, you're dumb supposedly. So I guess I gotta be part of it. So
Hey, Colin, I'll make you a deal. I've got a 40-foot Connex. I've got 135 S9 miners. I've got a generator, fans. It's a whole build out. It's a package deal. It's a one-stop turnkey deal. I'll set it up for you. I'll get it running. I'll shoot you a DM on the price. Why don't we do that?
that sounds great.
Perfect.
Fuck yeah. Making things happen.
Wheeling and dealing. Love it.
You got to.
Man, hey, can I get residuals? I was just part of the deal, I think.
Are you in on it? We'll give you something.
Yeah, I mean, I was here. Doesn't everybody in the room get something? That's what Chuck told me. Everybody in the room gets something.
We'll send you some koozies, dude.
There you go.
I'm a winner.
Moody, when are you transitioning over to using Priuses as your lease vehicles?
Oh, never. No way. No rice burners. There's nothing but domestics here. Ford and Chevy.
Are you
maybe
gonna get electric fork truck?
Gotta have 4-wheel drive.
I do love how you like the red truck so that when you get stuck in the snowbank, people can identify you.
Well, that's right. It's more for safety purposes. That's exactly it. It's safety third usually, but no, man, there's no way. We are domestics only. You can't show up in any oil field scenario driving a freaking Toyota, especially a Prius.
But what if it's a white Toyota?
Yeah,
As long as it's oil field white, you can drive it.
Man, I don't know. Toyota, that's a stretch. I watched somebody get ran off a location for showing up in a Toyota.
Love it.
I know a guy that got fired because he was working as a landman and showed up with a hybrid Tahoe. And a week later, he was out of a job, and everybody was like, dude, it says hybrid in like 8-inch tall letters down the side of your fucking truck.
At my previous place of employment, there was a landman that drove a Prius to work.
He was just maximizing his gains.
And did vote for Hillary, too.
Oh, fuck that.
He is still somehow employed in the industry.
Let's talk about that for a minute. How many people do you know are in the oil and gas industry that say are left leaning? Like Jake will know one of them. She's a pretty little geologist in West Texas.
Yeah, so 3.
Oh.
I can name 3 off the top of my head.
It's like me going to work for some, electric leaf blower company right now. Like, what the fuck is, why are you in this industry if every second you're triggered by going to work? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, why would you work in a business like the oil and gas and then vote for people that are actively trying to destroy your profession?
And I would say this individual's not, an unintelligent person. It's just, I don't get it. I would say I know 2. I would say 2.
I know one, and he's a real fuckstick.
And what does he do? Is he landman or is he?
Yeah, he was a landman, and he left the business he got shaken out, and he owns part of a restaurant now that's not doing very well, and he would get on all these Facebook arguments, and as soon as somebody said, "Hey, I heard that you're in the oil and gas business," like it would just shut him down. He wouldn't say shit. It was beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, how can you live with yourself, go to bed every night thinking that you're raping the earth every day you go to work? Like, are you trying to infiltrate it and try to expose it like the one guy did who worked as a fucking roustabout for 1 week and wrote a book? Like, are you trying to be that guy?
Right.
Or it's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb.
Well,
I don't know. The contrarian view is that maybe some of these people separate their politics from what they do on a daily basis. I know a couple at University of Wyoming. It's kind of granola, is like the geology department there. So quite a few hippies, because we get close enough to Colorado, we get pretty good influence from there. So I knew quite a few, and they ended up going into oil and gas, but mostly hippies because they want to smoke pot, right? But they ended up, kind of middle of the road. Probably you'd be considered pretty conservative for the Denver crowd, but the main consensus was, it's totally separate. It's maybe not so much hypocrisy, but it's just 2 separate lives. You go earn the mighty dollar on your daytime, and then at nighttime you complain about the right. That's kind of.
And I'd probably say, oil field discipline wise, geology is probably the most heavily loaded with these type of individuals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's where they are. Maybe
Absolutely.
smoking pot, clears your mind and you see that you need to have a electric leaf blower. Maybe, I don't know.
If you're gonna look at logs and make max and look at stuff 10,000 feet, you'd better be smoking pot.
You
all
better
day.
be high. Like the only reason we hired our geologist as a contractor that just spoke is because he likes to toke a little bit, and that's the only reason. We're like, if you don't wear sandals up here or smoke weed, we're not going to hire you as a geologist. You're not a good geologist.
I don't wear sandals.
You don't wear sandals.
My previous employer, the running joke was if you drug tested the entire geology team, you would not have a geology team.
Yep, that's true.
My first geologist mentor told me about running samples, getting high mud logging. So,
yep,
that is fair.
That's
it's very true.
Yeah, it's an accurate description. 95% of them are big old granola hippies.
Who are the drunkest oil field people? Probably landmen.
Represent.
Yeah.
I think so, because our entire industry just involves around happy hours and
but there are
meetings.
there
at
are
bars.
professions.
I mean, NAPE is just like,
if you
let's go hang out at the Hilton bar.
If you work on a rig and everything, like those guys get fucking hammered when they're off, but they don't get hammered all the time because
If they don't say, I'm going to quit drinking every Sunday.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
they're not good.
I would die.
What is it? It's like the truckers and the rig hands are the ones doing meth, but it's, landmen are just getting drunk.
I told our construction manager earlier this afternoon, he better provide some meth or some crack for our guys because we got 21 days to build a location that's estimated to require 25 days. So
that's it. When I had a roustabout company and with our trucking company, that was my only requirement. Uppers only. The cheaper, the better. That's the only way I would hire. I would drug test you to make sure you had meth in your system.
And I mean, if they were really hard up, Viagra works too. That should keep you awake too.
Just whatever keeps you going. Let's go.
At my birthday party, I was passing out Cialises just for, I don't know who all stayed for that, but
I can confirm. That really did happen.
I still have a hard on.
That's what that was.
Yeah. The wife.
How many did you eat?
I don't know. Took the bottle, turned it up. I would say probably the most, if we're talking about people who smoke weed or drink and whatever, engineers are probably the most lame group. And sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not getting laid tonight, but it wasn't going to happen anyways. It's fine. They're probably the lamest group out of all the oil field.
In general, yes. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but I would agree with that.
Yeah.
We have fun in our own ways.
Yep.
With your
with CAD designs and spreadsheets and things like that. 5-hour conference calls.
Yeah, PhD win really gets them going. What are y'all drinking? Is that tequila or vodka?
That is Dripping Springs vodka.
I love Dripping Springs.
Some of the finest Texas vodka that you can find that is not a total piece of shit like Tito's.
Which is private equity now, right?
Yeah, and like Tito's isn't a terrible vodka, but I can taste the copper in it.
Oh.
And so I don't know. I probably need to take a pregnancy test because nobody else I know can taste the fucking copper, right?
I think that it gives me a worse hangover. Maybe that's just my imagination.
I think it's actually shit tequila. And Tito is from our neighborhood here in San Antonio and everything. And everybody thinks oh, you got to drink it because it's local. Well, it's not anymore. So
that's right.
I love Colin's approach to beer. It's like whatever he can get the most of, the fastest, the cheapest, in that order.
Yeah, pretty much. It's definitely a volume game. 100%.
Yep.
I don't love how he rolls down his koozie, but whatever.
I'm going no koozie today. Straight.
Oh, shit.
Colin, we were talking about it before you got on, but are you doing any hunting this fall?
No big game hunting because I didn't draw any tags, but definitely waterfowl, pheasants. But, yeah, ducks mostly.
Nice. I think Scott and I will just be doing whitetail this year.
That's it. Well, so my uncle and my parents are all going to some place in central Arkansas right now. He just bought 480 acres of rice farm from a farmer that I guess he's a board member at a bank, and the farmer came in needing some money. So he's like, yeah, I'll buy 480 acres. So they're over there looking at it right now. And I might get us all on a pretty badass duck hunt on a rice paddy.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that'd be good. Or a flooded timber hunt. I've always wanted to do a flooded timber in Arkansas, southern Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a great hunt.
Yeah,
Ton of
timber
wood
hunting's
ducks.
legit. It's good.
Yeah, we don't get that in Wyoming. It's like you got to have a nice place on the river, and you got to hit them flying between, cut cornfields.
Right.
So it kind of makes it a challenge, and we don't get. You guys get a lot of like cool ducks, like wood ducks, quite a few pintail. It's really rare for us to get any woodies or pintail. Maybe one or two a season.
Probably just have Canadian geese like nobody's business, though.
Tons of them. But lots of greenheads and bigger ducks, gadwalls, widgeon.
Canvasback type stuff?
A few. Yep, a few canvasbacks, some redheads. And then golden eye. That's another one. You guys probably don't get a lot of those, though.
Nope.
See, we don't have, not that I'm aware of, no pheasant hunts in Texas. And then you got to go up to like
North Texas.
Well, I mean,
pretty much Oklahoma, but yeah, we do.
Well, I mean, you have to like,
it's a canned hunt.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go up to northern Oklahoma, like the Kansas state line, and they've got pheasant running around there.
I mean, we've got pheasant running around here. So
yeah, but you got to pay like $3,000 to go do it.
So has anybody ever been to one of these hunts where they put pheasants in a cage on a man lift and it's just a big circle?
Yeah.
What? No.
I went to one of those.
It is just like mass murder.
Well, like, are you talking about like a European deal, like where they're in that box?
Well, so they don't release them out in the field and then you go hunt them. This is like
no, they throw them up above the box and you're in a circle and you shoot them.
Yes, that's it.
I went to one of those last year and it was hilarious.
I mean, it's like people taking picture of all these pheasant, like dudes like, I'm going to mount this one. I'm like, dude, it just came out of a cage and flew your way in a circle and you fucking shot it. Like,
can you imagine working in the box and throwing them above your head?
Oh,
and God. Like we were just, that box is just getting pelted. It was a lot of fun, but I mean, there's nothing sporting about it.
Yep. I've never hunted over dogs. That's what I want to do, other than duck hunting, but like bird dogs that go out and flush them and stuff.
Oh shit! You come down here with my partner. He's crazy about all that shit.
I love it.
He's got 8 bird dogs. They're all in his backyard. He gets called into the city all the time and shit.
Yeah, that's sick. The only pheasant hunting I've ever done is we call it road hunting in Kansas, where I'm from. We just drive down the road, drink beer, see one on a fence row, jump out, and
that's way better.
That's fun. That's my kind of deal.
Yeah, truck hunting is really amazing to me.
That's
it. That's how I shot my first mule deer. A mule deer is probably the dumbest fucking animal in the world. I could have killed this thing with a kitchen knife.
I've never been mule deer hunting. That's something on the list. Can't hear anybody.
I can hear people.
Hey, was GW on this last week? I heard rumors. Is that true?
He might have been
It
on.
wasn't an episode last week.
I didn't catch it, but I heard he came in and kind of. I gotta listen to it.
That was, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Was it?
When somebody said that it was no longer an oil field podcast.
That's so funny. You know, he lives right over on the western part of the state there, and I go through his area all the time.
He's gonna flag you down on the side of the road one day, and
I know.
you're gonna end up drinking 6 bottles of wine and waking up and not knowing what happened, and things are gonna be weird, dude.
That you know what? Everyone settle down. You know, if it happens, I'm not telling you. You know, first of all, but second of all, that sounds like intern's dream. Intern wants me to do it for some reason. You know.
I think that's slander and defamation.
Hey, I just got listen to this shit. I got a text. So I talk about it once in a while. So Lambda, you guys know them out of Houston. We talk about them once in a while.
Yeah, they're running a rig up there right now.
Yeah, so they're our biggest. I keep mentioning they're our biggest producer. About 7,000 barrels a day. You know, pretty big for Michigan at least. But we have one of their guys come out there and check our LAC unit because our LAC goes into their pipeline. Our BSW was 0.03. They rejected it. I said, give me a fucking break, man. Like, are you kidding me? So we gotta keep circulating.
Jeez.
So, hot dog, is that 7,000 BOE or is that 7,000 barrels of oil and then whatever they make in gas?
That's just the oil, and they have the whole They have the whole Kalkaska plant too. I mean, they rake it in up there.
So they probably make a couple $100 million a day in gas.
Oh yeah, I mean us alone. We're small peanuts. We would do about 550 MCF. Everything usually goes through that Kalkaska plant, and they're kind of cracking it, if you will, making it into other shit right there on site. See, that's what I was talking about. If 90's still on, our thing is that we get paid plant product on our stuff. So I'll sell gas, and let's say I sell, I don't know, let's say we do 200 MCF a day, right? So you get the check. The check's about $12,000, but then you get plant product on top of that because I'm not refrigerating it at a certain site, and they'll refrigerate it and do all that shit for you there, but they charge you for it. So you'll get another $9,000, but you get hit on that. Where reality is, if you refrigerate it, you get the actual. Instead of $9,000, it'd probably be closer to $15,000. So that's why we're starting our refrigeration.
That makes sense.
So, but yeah, they're going. They go into all these wells and they're just reworking them, going horizontal, and everything they've done has been a success so far. I mean, it's a pretty big deal.
I'm sorry, who were you? Were you talking about Lambda?
Yeah, out of Houston there, yeah.
I'm not real familiar with them. I've heard of them. I'm looking them up.
Yeah, they're a big outfit, no doubt about it.
I'm just seeing who they're backed by. Let me see. The Lambda Exploration.
I don't think it's Lambda Exploration. I don't know.
Jerry looks good.
They're like a midstream or a crude purchaser.
Lambda Energy Resources. Lambda. $850 wells.
Hot dog. Are you guys got any drilling prospects lined up for $100 WTI yet?
You know, the biggest thing, I've been talking with your buddy down there in Illinois, trying to get Reliance up here to do that frack job. We have that. You know, the thing is, see, here's my deal. I'll just be blunt. We took over probably 40 wells and back in March, and with that, we bought 3 companies, right? So we bought 3 different companies out, and I found out we have thousands of acres lease. I have 70 acres that I own. Just shit's popping up. Shit, it's just stuff that we found out that we have, and I knew it in the due diligence process, but it's just kind of hard to find all that out until it all comes together. And for our drilling prospect, we have an area just outside of in Manistee that we're looking at pretty strong to do it. You know, the problem really, I think, Colin, you were asking me, is that who it was? I'm on my phone here.
Nope. It's whoever you want to ask.
No. Who asked did you ask the question though, Colin, or no?
No,
Nope,
it's
that
the intern.
Harry Falk.
Yeah. No, we do. It's in Manistee County. It's just, the biggest thing is that we're focusing on a big acquisition right now. That's it's about 3 times the size of who we are. So we have all of our chips in on that shit right now.
Got it, boy. Hope you get it done. Are you
Here you
close?
go.
Are you close to getting it done?
We have a field tour next week, so hopefully we'll get close to it. It's just it comes down to we're in a good spot where we have our assets lay over where their assets are, and we have the people there already the next day to pump it, right? Where a lot of folks need to put, to implement it and do all that. Our guys are there and can pump it right away. So we're pretty close. It's just trying to figure out everything else. But yeah, we're almost there. I just need to wrap my head around it, So
No, not to be personal, and I don't mean to get into your shit too deep or anything, but are you guys getting financed for it? Are you? Are you? I don't mean to get into your. Well, maybe I do.
He's also asking, are you open to financing on the outside,
do you
such
need
as Boar?
money?
Or wants to get in on the action.
Is it a gay question or just a straight? I mean, what kind of question are we asking?
I want to get in your shit. No. Are you going to a bank for that? If you don't mind me asking.
At first, to be honest with you, we're not right now. We have some folks that will go after it. So I kind of look at it as levers. We're pulling the first lever and see what happens there. And then the second one is still personal, and the third one will be financing. But we haven't hit financing yet. Like that podcast I did with Max. We don't have any bank debt, and we're trying not that we're trying to stay away from that. It's not it's not that we're trying to do that, but it's just
Hell, money's free. Get some debt. It's free.
Right. So we're looking at different ways of doing it right now, but we have some, and I hate the term high net worth individuals. I fucking hate that term. That's so stupid. High net worth. What the fuck does that mean? But we're just looking at some other folks to talk with and do all that. So.
So does anyone here know what banks are the most aggressive right now? I mean, so many got shaken out. There aren't actually that many left, but to go out and
Hello.
buy.
So sorry to interrupt Boar's it's conversation, but GW has logged back on, and
This is GW.
All right.
He's wondering where Hot Dog is.
G-Dub in the building.
Hello, oil field cunts.
Oh, Jesus Christ. GW, this is Hot Dog. I have one quick question. Are you in the facility of Kalamazoo? Actually, 2 questions. And how many bottles of rosé are you deep in right now?
I'm knee deep in a Moscato.
Oh, here we go. That's up.
Good God, that's gross.
Yeah, it is. There's your answer.
And some ethnic honey.
No.
I thought you said
is that like a sexual thing?
I don't think you can say that. I'm pretty sure that's racist.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it really clean on this show, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
I think I logged GW.
Orgasms only.
Orgasms, that's the limit.
Giving bitches orgasms for 1/8 leases. Hey,
you're still giving 1/8?
Hey, Landman Life, did you like that article I sent you today?
I mean, you're only about the 30th person that sent it to me.
God damn it.
And so I've actually seen it 3 times now.
So you keep clicking it for some weird fucking reason.
So I would say fuck you 30 times over.
Well, you keep opening it. Are you fluffing yourself under the desk every time you get it?
I don't pay much attention when I'm drinking. So, it happens.
I'm sending it to Buddy Wade right now. Let's see if he's gotten it yet.
Send it to me. Did you guys turn down Big D Wool? Big D Wool said he tried to call in. That was about an hour ago.
So the problem with the actual call-ins, we're like halfway there.
There is no problem.
Well,
this is
No,
like
everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Nothing is crashed.
right. Nothing has crashed. But when we have you guys all in on the Restream, we found out that Layman Life and I are the only ones that can talk to the people on the phone. Like they can't hear you guys.
Which isn't a problem when we have Art Berman call in, because we're gonna try to be nice to him.
We're still waiting for Toby Rice to call back too.
Toby Rice.
Did Art actually call in?
Yeah.
Did Art actually call in or no?
No, that's Boar. Boar is pretending to be role playing as Art Berman.
Jesus, I will say, intern sounds exactly like Colin. Jesus Christ, they sound like the same person.
Do we?
Yeah,
I don't know, dude.
Colin's met me in real life.
That's true.
Oh fuck!
WTX is still trying to get on. I can't scroll down.
So I guess just when they call in, just tell them to get on the stream then, so we can all hear them. Maybe that's the way to go here.
They call in to get the login information. To give them instructions on how to get on their computer.
So we just need like $100,000 to get a real fucking studio or something.
Oh yeah.
I will say, if Art calls in, it's game over.
Hey, look who it is.
Here we go.
That was a beautiful Monahan sunset this morning.
West Texas, can we hear you? Got the
I can
swag
see.
on?
I can see you in West Texas. I can't hear you.
I got you.
Oh, there he is. He's backing
There
up.
we go.
Leaving Pecos right now, headed back towards Monahans.
Beautiful Monahans.
What a drive.
The phone was all screwed up. I've got an Android, so that's probably 9/10 of the problem. Finally got the laptop. I had to text myself through WhatsApp to get the link going.
So what did we get done today? What did we do?
We did a lot of bitching. Drank that coffee.
There we go.
I mean, it's Fridays. Does anything get done on Fridays?
Oh, everything. Friday's the day that everything happens.
Yeah. We walked out a job with a contractor. We've got a SWD that's got like 30 tanks on it, and we're moving 7 of the tanks and changing some crappy carbon steel valves out for stainless steel. So we got that done. We've at least planned to do it to get some stuff done. That's what we've done.
That's important.
KP is going to a wedding, and I'm going to be sorely disappointed if he doesn't get shit faced and just grab a whole handful of the wedding cake, or maybe just fall flat the fuck into it.
I'm pretty sure that Kitty is also going to be out there, and I think that maybe like they can tag team the effort on accomplishing all of those goals.
Maybe they could tag team a bridesmaid.
No, just each other.
Kitty likes to grab the mic and sing, and he actually, this is interesting, Kitty has an incredible voice. Like he sounds like George Strait when he starts singing.
I've never heard him sing. I've only heard him crack White Claws.
I will say this for Kitty, just a little public service announcement. When you get drunk, you don't have to stand super close to me to talk to me. I can hear you. Like I can hear you.
I agree with that. I love Kitty, but he's a close talker.
He's a close man.
A close talker.
Oh, somebody else is trying to join.
It's probably Kitty ready to talk shit. Fuck you guys.
Oh, Kitty didn't get the link because he said he was too busy with the kittens. I
what's
think
funny?
the link, I'm pretty sure.
Like, he's so deep into his Kitty personality that when I get text from him, it's always like, oh man, that's purdy. And like these, everything is cat related. Oh man, I gotta go get some litter for the kittens tonight.
I like that he talks close. It always makes me think he's fixing to tell me a secret.
Yep. Yep.
That's impressive that he can stay in character like that. That's not everybody can do that.
He said his wife gets pretty pissed off that he stays in character 24/7.
It's a deep,
It's like a real
down
man.
desire to actually be a kitty.
Rolling around in the sack, dirty talking.
Yep.
You like a kitty.
Did you see a blonde with no job who's now called Keeping Up with Cajuns? She posted, "Who's titty fucking who here?"
Oh wow.
Anybody?
I would like to know the answer.
Yes, it's not me, sadly.
Yeah, that was pretty cryptic. I saw that. Yeah, that one. That might raise some questions. Might be grounds for a mute. Can't have that shit pop up on the timeline.
Got to keep it clean.
I mean,
PG.
I'm cautious
PG.
about any DMs that I get from Steak opening those in front of the wife. They're not her. They're not graphic either.
I think we need to bring back the EFT titties. I think we need to do another round.
Yes.
That needs to come back.
Mrs. Buddy Stewart Wade's got to spearhead that again, right?
Yeah, we'll get it kicked off. No problem.
I'm in the middle of marathon training. I don't have time for that.
What she's saying is she literally ran off all of her titties, so there's nothing there.
I know we still got to get the Landman Life Athletics logo finished.
Yeah, you got about 1 month.
1 month.
I mean, we're picking up athletes right and left. So marathon runners,
I am
linebackers, kickers.
That's a good question. Well, how much did you raise? Did we actually get a couple other people to kick in some money?
I think
we definitely. I think we met my target and my my team. We met our goal, so that's great.
So
yeah,
thanks to all.
But
thank you.
we're still
Everyone
waiting on
know.
Dan Pickering to show up to the game, right? $90 oil. Maybe he shows up. Maybe.
I thought
Maybe not.
Oh, he said he would do anything for a good cause, but then I guess maybe brain injuries aren't a good cause.
They're a great cause.
I'm sorry, maybe he didn't play team sports.
Maybe he didn't play football or basketball. I got a lot of concussions playing basketball.
I played lacrosse, and I can tell you I had plenty of concussions.
Oh, lacrosse is the shit. I played it too. So did Big D Wool. He started lacrosse in Midland.
I know that.
That's pretty sick.
I credit some of my psychoticness to my concussions.
Yeah, I do too.
I should start doing that. That's a great idea.
That is it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got so hammered last night. I had a bunch of concussions when I was a kid.
Right.
So you know how the brain injury and this whole marathon deal folds into energy was at the event, the Helmerichs were there from H&P Drilling, and there was a buffalo painting being hand painted live while we were there.
By Chris Mantle.
By Chris Mantle, if anybody knows. And I was texting the boss saying, hey, we should really get this for Wampum Mining and put it in our office. So he was kind of telling me, yeah, get it. So I kept bidding, and I didn't understand. I kept getting outbid up to, call it $5,000, $5,500 before I got shut down. And lo and behold, H&P Airs actually bought it.
I think
cool.
I was on that text chain.
Yeah, I believe you were. Yep.
I remember this. Yeah, I was like, no, my wife will recreate that for like half of what H&P.
Yeah, Moore was like, please God, don't bid on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start
It was
donating
beautiful.
some of these oil rig bars to charity events because, I mean, these things are fucking awesome. They're not cheap, but they're heavy as fuck.
Hey, remind us that thing you're talking about, that like shelf thing with the rigs on the side.
Oh yeah,
Tell me
it's a bar.
that thing's amazing. Like, remind me where you got that.
So there's a like local metalworks artisan, husband wife company here in San Antonio that does a lot of work for like the city of San Antonio with artwork displays and stuff like that. And my wife knows them from contracting with them for some interior design stuff, custom metalworks. She's had them do tables, like hanging day beds, things like that. And my wife is the one that actually drew up the design for that bar setup. We, went out to dinner one night and she had a couple glasses of wine and I had about, 38 beers. And I was telling her about how I wanted to do something oil and gas related for a bar setup. We went home and she got on her computer for like, an hour and then turned her computer so I could see the screen. And I was like, holy shit, she had dropped in actual liquor bottles and everything to size for scale on the CAD model. And that was the point where I was like, I know that she knows interior design, but that's like a step above. She just designed a fucking bar setup for my office. So
What are they going for?
We had those guys make a prototype, and they are actually from Mahia, Texas, around Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and said they grew up around the oil field, and they were fucking super excited to work on that project. So we did the prototype, and I can do all kinds of customizations on that design. But it's one of those things that I think I just need to kind of start donating these to charity events to be sold and go from there, because these people also are awesome at what they do. I want to promote them as well. So
what do they cost? First, like, that's the first question. What do they cost? And then
4,500 to
Oh my God.
$5,000 for
Oh,
kind
geez.
of like a base model. And then, I mean, that's if I drop this thing out the window, anybody underneath is going to get killed, but this bar is just going to bounce and be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing's nuke proof.
We're talking American made, handcrafted, heirloom quality.
Yeah.
Bar set.
This
Has
is
everybody
something-
seen this thing? Has everybody on this thing seen that?
I've seen it.
I
yeah,
have not.
It's sick.
Look at that thing.
I mean, it's full-fledged fucking
I need one of these for my new house.
oil field.
Look how amazing that is.
Oh, that's so badass.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, I'm getting one.
And all of the stuff that these guys do, they can add company logos. They can do custom inlays on the top shelf. They can do fucking LED lighting. You can do whatever finish you want on it. They said they were kind of feeling like the regular finish on the metal as it ages is probably the truest form to oil field. But I mean, you can have this fucking, look like it's bronze plated if you want. And it's one of those deals that I love to support local people. So the fact that these guys are San Antonio based and husband and wife team, it's kind of a fun deal.
I'll talk the boss man into getting us one. I'll find a way to get us one up here in Tulsa.
Bitcoin $62,670.
Yep. We're getting a table.
We can afford a few tables, can't we?
Well, and if you ever need to, you can, smelt these things down and reform them into bullets or whatever you need.
Yeah, maybe the boss man just makes one out of pure silver. Maybe he just does that. Who knows?
Yeah, in his garage.
Yeah, I helped him build his little 55-gallon drum furnace.
Hey, GW really did leave. I told him his Moscato was disgusting, and he's gone.
He's gone.
I mean, he
I
sounded
didn't-
like he was probably already a bottle of Moscato deep or something.
I hope I didn't offend him with his Moscato.
Yeah, I don't think he gets offended. I don't think he's built that way.
Yeah. Good.
All right, WTX, where are you going? You headed home?
Headed home.
It's a long drive.
So you live in Monahans, right?
Yes.
How long do you have left on your drive?
I mean, what is it? It's like
Not quite to Pyote, so probably another 10 miles. I actually live in Wickett, so it's 7 miles from Pyote.
how is the interstate traffic? Because that's usually a good indicator of activity in the Permian.
In the mornings, it's pretty busy. Afternoons really never slacked off because, well, I say it's picked up in the afternoons, but it's everybody quits around the same time, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's always, even during the slow times, it's always heavy eastbound traffic from out here in the Delaware. And but the mornings that really tells the tale. That 6 o'clock traffic leaving Odessa is pretty brutal these days.
So is it getting busier though? Like in the last couple of weeks, last couple of months?
Definitely.
So that means the oil field is back.
We're back, baby.
If the interstate traffic is going up.
If the stack is
Fucking
back, that's when we're really back.
Stack's back.
If
you don't have
a lot of sand trucks, a lot of like roustabout trucks, crew trucks, but not many welders, which I'm all right with.
Yeah, if you don't have 3 wide frac sand trucks going down the interstate, you're not back yet.
Those are the indicators. How busy is the loop in Midland, and then how busy is the interstate?
Yeah, how many sand trucks a month get hit by the UP Railroad? That's a good indicator.
You know what would be a good indicator? Look at the volume of alcohol sales at the bar, and then overlay that with oil prices.
I don't know that it really goes down that much.
What about DWIs? I mean, simply.
I mean, COVID couldn't even kill the bar.
Yeah. COVID didn't exist there.
I like this post you put up today. Drilling pads and banging dads. What is that?
So
Permian greatness.
Permian greatness is amazing. You don't support Facebook, so you don't know about him on Instagram. But that dude is posting fire 24/7 on Instagram.
Yeah, Permian greatness on Instagram is great.
Bumper stickers out in the Permian. They're the most amazing bumper stickers in the world.
That's incredible.
Yep.
The man needs to get on EFT, or maybe he is. We don't know.
I think
I think there is a Permian greatness Twitter account.
Yeah.
It's just not very active.
We're trying to promote Permian greatness on Twitter, but it really is a visual experience. We have somebody that keeps joining. Is that Flank Oil? I don't know. I'm getting all of my visions.
Frack off.
Frack off. Okay.
They had their video on for a minute.
Frack off. Let's hear it. What you got?
We can't hear them because their input settings are
audio input.
Yep. Adjusted. Trust the intern. It's called audio input.
We should
I am curious. Y'all say it's going to be back, but what play would make it totally back? What is one of the most obscure plays that y'all haven't heard of in 5 years?
The Fayetteville Shell.
Round dips.
Alpine High.
That's your go-to all the time.
No, so I think the interesting thing is that we're not necessarily we're not back enough that all the exploratory plays are starting to pop back up. I mean, you're getting close. I mean, there's like 6 rigs in Utah right now. There's 2 in Michigan. I mean, some of the fringe fields are coming back, but nobody's really spending money to do exploration stuff just yet.
I saw a permit open in Logan County, Oklahoma, like an actual horizontal Mississippian well in that shit ass play over in Logan County.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's either gonna be the Merrimack or Mississippian play, and then we're fully back. It's
Dude,
back.
I'm getting on Pangea. I'll tell you who filed that permit. It was
there's 2 rigs out in the Oklahoma Panhandle right now, and so I mean that's a pretty good indicator of
Jason Morrow channel.
Jason Morrow.
Man,
Right?
I drilled really shitty wells up there.
I just had a guy from Midland text me and say, "This is why we're back." I guess he's listening. He said, "At the Chick-fil-A in Midland, there was a convertible Ferrari behind him."
Who was it that posted? He was at like I don't know the bar or somewhere, and he goes, "I'm at the bar, and I just saw someone do coke off the urinal. The oil field is back, baby."
It might have been me, possibly. Possibly was myself.
So y'all talked about Moore earlier. He believes that it's back when they start offshore drilling again, deep water stuff. But I think it's more somewhere those obscure plays. That'll show me that at least it's reaching terminal velocity. I'll call it.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're really back when there's a rig full-time drilling in Florida.
Oh, the Sunnyland Shale.
Dan Allen Hughes continues to try to drill in Florida.
Well, no, they had a rig out there near Panama City earlier in the year. But it's done. It's gone now.
Yeah,
the Sunnyland Shale.
You know,
I'll tell you what's not back is the burrito game from the vendors in the field offices.
That's fucked up. That's run their fucking ass off.
Yeah, you need some new vendors. That's really the
run them off.
You don't want me on?
Oh yeah,
I'll be back.
So looks like frack off if they can get their signal to work as out there.
God damn.
This thing fucking sucks.
There we go. That's the feedback we need right there. That's
Can
the
you guys
feedback.
we can kind of hear you.
Barely.
Acceptable, but keep going. We can hear you.
Can anybody? Does anybody have Adobe Read and Write?
What? No.
Come on.
You've called the wrong tech line. This is oil and gas. This is not Microsoft Adobe Tech.
You can't fucking sit here and draw things.
Is your phone in your pocket?
Mouse.
But it's okay.
With a Snickers wrapper?
That's really the only reason I called in.
That's good to hear from you.
Well, yeah, we appreciate you calling in.
Absolutely.
So what are we fracking off? Where are we at? We selling sand? We sell frack fleets? What do we do?
Building pads and banging dads.
I think we went back into the candy wrapper.
Back in the aluminum foil pocket. Okay.
Yeah.
Snickers isn't going to eat itself.
Is that an old condom wrapper sloshing around in your pocket?
Yeah, she heard the story about you and the Cialis, so she's taking precaution.
She's ready.
Yeah.
You know, we should have crushed those up and snorted them that night.
It would have probably been the only night I would have done that. You had my complete attention that night.
Did not get into
Yeah,
you sure tried to bang your way into it.
Never found the river.
I know where it is. They put up some kind of, I don't know, some kind of barrier.
It's okay. You couldn't find the hole. That's all you got to say out loud.
It's true. I ran out of gas.
I mean, to ride around in a golf cart with a shotgun in your neighborhood, I felt like we were in Compton or something.
I wasn't there. You guys walked in.
It was
I,
rowdy.
I thought he was doing it for the guys from Texas so he could show us how cool Oklahoma was. I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
No, I'm doing that again tonight. So
there you go.
So I know WTX is driving, but what's everybody else drinking? Because Layman Life just poured another round of vodka Red Bulls over here at HQ.
We're staying with the old light and then whatever the fuck that is.
Just cleaning out the office fridge out there.
Well, no, I stopped and got some beers when I went.
No, somebody had this idea to put the new beer fridge like way over on the other side of the office.
We expanded our office and there's not really a kitchen over there, so we put a little mini fridge and that's where all the beers are.
You got to go full size beer fridge. There's no sense in having a mini beer fridge.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Our boss is a cheap ass. That's the problem.
I'm not sure that I could fit a full-size fridge into the closet here at the office, but I'm damn sure going to try.
I'm going to make a
You have
martini
to.
and be back.
Okay.
Moody, you're going to be at NAPE in February or whenever the real
I'll show them this.
right?
Oh yeah, yep, for sure. We go every year. I've been pretty much every year since 2008.
Because you and the wife have to go to that Chinese restaurant you were talking about.
Well, that's one of it. That is absolutely one thing we have to do. Yeah, if you haven't been, you have to go.
I think I need to go this next trip over just to check it out.
When I told my wife that your wife was there, she said, "Is this something that I should go to?" And I said, "Absolutely not."
Well, part of it was that I had to prove to her that that EFT is actually humans and not just bots.
Well,
Because-
I mean, Landman Life is at least real. I don't know about the rest of those fuckers.
Well, Landman Life and Intern and Kermit and then a few others are definitely real. Still skeptical about a few other people, but
You know who's not real? Boar and all of those Oklahoma guys.
Yeah, we're not real.
I know
Robot.
Boar passed out. Boar passed out before he could make it to
Yeah.
NAPE after dark.
He flew in just to go to Bomber's party and passed out before he could get there.
Can y'all see this ridiculous wallpaper we just put up? Do you see this Devin Big Dick Tower right here? Look at that.
I mean, I guess I guess Boar's in OKC, so I should be a little gentle on OKC.
He's making a martini. He's not listening.
But you know, if Devin didn't have that fucking skyscraper, Devin would have been coming to Tulsa in the WPX Devin merger.
Yep.
But they had to have that huge, empty, dumb, phallic skyscraper.
So you were talking about a wall of shame. I guess we're firsthand exhibiting the wall of shame right now, huh?
Yeah, I mean this actually could be the wall of shame. You know,
just
there's-
Oklahoma City. That's it. That's the wall of shame.
That's the wall of shame. Yeah.
And
You're
then
throwing
you
some truth bombs. Throwing some truth bombs
You
this
put a
Friday.
couple of little like floating shelves up there, and you have like my Chesapeake hat and a couple other things up there. And
oh yeah,
man.
I mean, a friend of mine in Tulsa put it a really great way about how terrible Oklahoma City is in the context of the entire state of Oklahoma. Yeah, if you travel around and hit all the kind of remote parts and the different corners of the state of Oklahoma, there's some really nice scenery, and you know, Tulsa's a nice place to live. Got some trees and rolling hills. Got a great park over there on Riverside. And then they put Oklahoma City in the worst spot in the entire state of Oklahoma. Just the most flat, barren, ugly place in the entire state. And if they didn't have the thunder, they'd just be a miserable, miserable city.
I feel like there was an opportune moment while Boar was making a martini to announce that.
Well, I mean, it's recorded, so everybody can go back and listen to my anti City ran.
He would have spilled the martini. It would have been alcohol abuse. It would have been horrible. He'd have started squealing. Yeah.
They could have put it in Wood County, right? That's a little worse than Oklahoma County.
Yeah.
No, I mean just the spot that Oklahoma City is in is just like the worst spot in the entire state of Oklahoma.
Have you been to Beaver County?
But whatever.
I mean, you're ruining my bit.
I'm sorry. Touche.
I've been to Norman, so
I mean that's kind of
I was pretty sure I had seen the worst of Oklahoma, but I've never been to Oklahoma City proper, except for getting kicked out of the fucking casino
in Norman, yeah.
So
or whatever. I don't remember what the name of that casino is.
Stillwater? No, something Wind. Some of you Oklahoma fucks should know.
Well, somebody should.
I'm looking it up right now. Riverwind Casino.
No.
Yes,
it's the one in Oklahoma City, just north of it. Ted Nugent was playing the night that we went, but we were 2 hours after the Ted Nugent
Norman
concert.
is south of Oklahoma City.
I've been to Norman and the casino in separate occasions.
What's the best strip club in Oklahoma City?
We're gonna have to have Boar on for that one.
Yeah, he'll have to verify. There is 0 good strip clubs in Tulsa.
There are 0 good strip clubs in San Antonio.
No way. It's not possible.
For sure. They have to wear pasties now.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
We've got Democrats in charge.
Yeah, very, very progressive city in San Antonio, and the strippers have to wear pasties.
All of the cities in Texas are progressive. It's just everyone else in the state that says, fuck that. Well, I think we're kind of wrapping up here, guys.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Anybody got their last little bit they want to toss out there?
90s.
Yeah.
When are you going to the Astros game? Tomorrow? Tonight? I don't know when they play.
They play tonight. They're it's like 7:00 Central Time, I think.
Apparently, even he doesn't care.
What did you want to say?
Well, they're not done. 90s isn't done.
Well, he's not talking.
No,
So
I know
what-
he's probably making a martini too, just like Boar.
Go ahead.
So the bigger question is what should Landman Life intern and I do for our 30th birthday?
I mean, I think we've already decided Mexico, assuming there
Do
are
y'all
still
share
flights.
a birthday?
It's within
Like a month.
like a month, but
okay.
My girlfriend's birthday is the same day as Miss Buddy Stewart White, which is weird.
So we're going to Mexico.
I mean, that's what I want to do is go to Mexico. But
When are we talking here?
February.
I'm
Or March.
probably not invited.
I mean, you're invited, but we figured you had a newborn at the house. That
Did you invite Tui? Did you invite your real boss? Because if you invited your real boss and he said no, then I feel as your fake boss, I should probably go.
I mean, you're definitely invited to go. I mean, I didn't invite to because I already knew he would say no.
That's rude as fuck.
We were looking at an
90s, you're invited. West Texas Oil, you're invited. Colin,
Anybody want to go to Mexico?
Tony Sanchez.
Mexico, yeah.
I see
Is it
Colin
the-
thinking about it right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I
Well, I'm
think I
thinking
missed.
about-
I think I missed this. What's going on?
Mexico.
Landman Life and I are turning 30 next year or intern, sorry. February/March. So we're wanting to celebrate our 30th birthday big. So we're going to Mexico. You want to go?
Perfect. Yes.
Okay. Put you
I
down.
mean, that's kind of how the trip is turning into. Is that
it's an EFT
I'm going?
trip.
No. I'm going. You know, the Buddy Stewart Wades are going, and then whoever wants to show up can show up. We're not like
after Landman
coordinating
Life's
huge-
athlete wins the marathon, I feel like I have to go celebrate, right?
I mean, if you want to take
If winning is the slowest time.
It's any time.
Yes, it's finishing. Marathons
Yeah.
are just finishing.
Just finish.
Yes.
Thank you, Colin.
It's just how it is. Everybody knows this.
All right, 90s, you got anything to throw in at the last minute here? I feel like he's off hanging out with Boar at the bar or something.
Yep.
So 11 a.m. ESPNU, Tulsa Golden Hurricane versus
Probably lose.
Low Kane.
Oh no, Justin Wright
South Florida's
Justin
bad.
Wright is a fucking animal.
Layman Life and I did a couple of like voodoo magic ceremonies, and then they won last week. So we think we've
Holy
turned
shit,
things
he had
around.
like 14 tackles.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was on fire.
Yeah.
He's a fucking
Hey, so let me ask you guys a question. So if so you sponsor athletes, so what's I don't know if it's ethical, but can you still like throw money down on the games? Can you still bet?
Yeah. So we're not actually sponsoring anybody.
We sent
we're
him
just
like
having
some
a
hats
real
and-
good time
and koozies and stuff.
Anybody that's
Oh.
involved with an oil and gas affiliated major, we would be very interested in sponsoring, sending them free shit all the time, because that's awesome. But at the same time, we want to be able to help those people when they graduate navigate a direction
Gotcha.
for their career if they're not going to be in the NFL or MLB or whatever,
It's a good approach.
Gotcha. Yeah, and it's of course I'm a degenerate gambler, so I gotta reduce everything down to that. So
Now, Layman Life and I do not gamble on sporting events. So.
I would not ever say that.
I mean, I don't, because I
Okay.
hate losing money.
Here's a pick for you. LSU loses the rest of the season. How about that?
And Coach
Fucking-
O
Oh,
goes.
yeah, Coach O is done.
He's done.
I
gone.
love
He's
Coach O
gone.
though.
You win a national championship in 19, and then you lose to fucking Kentucky. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
but the OU Texas game last weekend.
yeah, it doesn't trump the A&M Alabama. I literally drank out of an A&M cup, and I fucking gagged every time I did it, like I was taking a big dick, and I didn't give a shit because they beat Alabama.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, that was
it's
a pretty
rare.
good game. I watched just about the entire thing. Like, it was actually an entertaining football game.
Have you seen the clip of the kicker's mom and I guess girlfriend or whatever
She's
she
hot
is?
as fuck, dude.
At smoke show, and then just the pure, like, the mom closed her eyes and didn't even watch it, and then everybody just erupted around her. It's like goosebumps. It's fucking badass.
They all had borgasms.
They had orgasms. Fuck
I
Alabama.
definitely had a orgasm.
Fuck Alabama.
But
I wish I had an orgasm.
11
That'd be
a.m.
weird, wouldn't it?
ESPNU, Tulsa versus South Florida. I will be sitting at the Little Woodrow's off of 1604 in San Antonio.
And I will not be with you.
Yeah, I know, because you don't.
I will
care.
be
You
digging a
actually don't
trench in my backyard.
Still?
Well, hopefully I don't hit a gas line.
I thought you finished that last weekend.
I did, to a point. But if I hit the gas line this time, you're welcome, San Antonio.
If you see news headline about an explosion in Alamo Heights, it was Layman Life.
Right here. Boom. Blowing up. All right, y'all. Thanks for hopping on.
We did 2 hours. 2 hours this week.
It was good.
Solid show, guys.
It's improving. It's definitely improving.
I think we're gonna hop off, and maybe next week we'll have BRV join back in and be part of the conversation the whole time.
If the communists let him leave California.
Yeah.
They might not let him leave.
He'll definitely be here. We just got to figure out the call-ins. Y'all got to figure out the switching or something.
We're working on that. We're gonna diagnose that problem during the week, and we'll come back next week stronger and better with $100 WTI.
And
Let's
I
go.
will update everyone that if Apache serves me with a lawsuit for talking about Alpine High.
No, they're actually going to go after Mr. Buddy Stewart Wade for wearing the hat.
It's also on my car.
That's right. Yeah.
We drive all around town just blasting this shit everywhere.
All right, guys.
I need to make an announcement.
Yep.
Got a beer.
Got a beer.
Yeah,
Cheers.
man. Good man.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
See you guys next
buddy.
week.
All right. See ya.
Have a good one.